getting results. This is News 6 at 6.
Breaking now at 6, a SunRail train collides with an SUV during rush hour in downtown Orlando. In the past 15 minutes, the road just reopened. I'm Matt Austin.
And I'm Lisa Bell. This happened on the tracks at Colonial Drive near I-4 in downtown Orlando. News 6's Troy Campbell is there live tonight. So, Troy, what's the latest?
Yeah, so right now, some of these trains, they're just now getting to start moving. That's why it's also a little loud. Colonial, it's back open now. It had been closed for about an hour. Orlando police say that's because a vehicle was hit by one of these SunRail trains. Take a look right here. This is actually in the ground where that vehicle came to a stop. We're told that that vehicle was actually heading this direction, clipped the train, and then coming in here. You can see this piece of equipment right here that actually a worker was just putting back here into the ground. So when we first showed up here, we saw emergency crews all surrounding that vehicle. And we also spoke with several witnesses who say that they had to jump in. Again, witnesses telling us that the driver of a navy blue SUV was attempting to run the train when it was hit. We're told that there was also a nurse on board the SunRail train who jumped off and was able to help render aid and help get the woman out of the car. Here's more on how one of those witnesses describes how he saw this frightening scene unfold.
I don't think she was wearing her seatbelt because she'd been thrown into the passenger side. People rushed to get her out. I ran down, brought some scrubs so they could help. A nurse was actually in the train, got out of the train to help.
And again, so you see this building right here, and where this building is actually described, or this piece of equipment is probably a better way to describe it. This actually controls all of the lighting and all of the arms for this stretch of the SunRail track. And again, you can see right here, this is just feet away from where this vehicle actually came to a stop. So arguably a good thing that it actually stopped where it did, showing it could have been worse. Again, Colonial back open in both directions. The SunRail trains are again moving, and we're told there was 82 people on board. And as we're heading into the evening commute, obviously if you either expect to ride on a SunRail train or you're expecting to pick someone up who is, you'll want to check with SunRail about any possible delays. Live in downtown Orlando, Troy Campbell, Getting Results, News 6.
Troy, thank you. We're also following a breaking news alert involving Orlando International Airport. A TSA bomb appraisal officer has filed a lawsuit claiming a worker allowed an explosive device to get into the cargo hold of a plane back in January of 2009. We're working to learn more about this lawsuit right now, reaching out to OIA for comment. We'll update you as soon as we learn more.
The launch window pushed back. We are live at Cape Canaveral as SPACEX prepares to launch its powerful Falcon Heavy rocket. The earliest the launch will happen is now 8 o'clock tonight.
It was scheduled originally at 6:35, but it's been pushed back because of the winds. Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells is standing by with more on the conditions for tonight's launch. We begin, though, with James Sparvero live at Kennedy Space Center. James?
Hey, Matt, we saw our own indication. You mentioned the winds, but up close with a special tour of Pad 39A and the Falcon Heavy rocket back there. Watch this as media from around the world expecting the Falcon to be raised a little bit earlier than it actually was.
We actually had the best sight you could possibly have.
Media from around the world getting a rare opportunity to be this close to the most powerful rocket in the world. We recorded a time lapse this morning of Falcon Heavy going vertical. Raising the 3-core heavy lift rocket later in the morning than anticipated would foreshadow SpaceX announcing a change. Elon Musk's company now targeting 8 o'clock liftoff, with the window closing at 8:32. The original window was to open at 6:35.
This did roll out late and went up late.
Dr. Ken Kramer, a space research scientist, points out that Falcon Heavy is the most powerful rocket since the space shuttle.
And this is the most powerful rocket in the world, so it's great to see a rocket raised.
Raised with its payload, a school bus-sized satellite in the nose cone for Saudi Arabia. Inside the gates of Pad 39A, we could hear Falcon Heavy venting. 3 Block 5 boosters, powered by 27 engines, exhausting 5.5 million pounds of thrust.
So it's going to be extremely spectacular.
And if you're still waiting to get out the door and battle the traffic, here's your last-minute advice.
Get to Route 1, get to the oceans, north or south. There's a lot of great viewing spots to see, and you do not want to miss this fantastic launch.
Wouldn't miss it for the world. And don't forget the landings, too. SpaceX will attempt to land all 3 rocket boosters. That's 1 at sea, that's 2 on land. You may remember last year, Matt, Lisa, SpaceX could not land that booster at sea, but it was gorgeous out here at the Cape when those 2 rocket boosters came down simultaneously. If the launch happens tonight, we will carry it live on clickorlando.com. Live at NASA's Kennedy Space Center, I'm James Sparvero, getting results, News 6.
Well, those landings get me every time, James. Thank you. Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells is here now with the conditions for tonight's launch. Tom?
Things are improving. I mean, I really think they will launch this rocket as we head into the evening hours. We were so concerned about rain earlier, but we're partly cloudy to clearing by 8 to 8:30 tonight. It's the wind that's going to make a difference because all of the showers are gone. Wind speeds at the surface are fine. Wind speeds aloft, not so much. Frontal passage here, so winds aloft are racing, rushing in here from the southwest at about the 250 millibar level. I'll be back in a few minutes. We'll talk about what's going on where you live tomorrow, how the rain chances are going away, and how soon the heat comes back.
Tom, thank you again. SpaceX targeting an 8 o'clock liftoff. It runs to 8:32. You can watch it when it happens live right here on News 6. You can read more about tonight's launch and what makes it different from the other launches at Kennedy Space Center. It's inside this story on clickorlando.com. We're staying on top of a developing story now. Right now, police are searching for a bank robber. Police say it happened at the TD Bank near Webster Avenue and Lee Road in Winter Park. They say this guy you're about to see walked in, handed a teller a note. Police say he did not have a weapon. No word on how much he got away with, or at least he didn't show a weapon. If you recognize him, call Crime Line. Right now, deputies are searching for a man accused of stalking a woman and following her from Texas all the way here to Florida.
When a deputy tried to confront him, they say he tried to run that deputy over with a U-Haul. News 6's Lauren Korn joins us with the latest on the search.
Deputies are searching for this wanted man who they say is possibly dangerous. The sheriff says he rented a U-Haul from Texas and drove all the way to Palm Coast to stalk his ex-girlfriend. And the sheriff says that he tried to hit a deputy as he was speeding away.
He's right there in the woodline.
You're watching shaky body cam video from last night of deputies trying to catch 24-year-old Justin Blake, who authorities say somehow found his 22-year-old ex-girlfriend near the Advent Health Shopping Center. The woman told investigators she took their kids to get away from his abuse.
He accosted her. She then fled on foot, hid in our McDonald's nearby. He found her in there. She had called a friend to come get her.
The woman escaped and deputies arrived to find Blake running into the nearby woods. Authorities say they put stop sticks behind the U-Haul and waited for Blake to return.
He put it in reverse, ran over the stop sticks, and then put it in forward drive and came out one of my deputies. And the deputy had to basically jump out of the way.
Deputies in Volusia County's Air 1 chased him down I-95 until he bailed from the moving truck and ran back into the woods.
We're following leads that we're getting, those kind of things, tactical investigation points. So we will eventually find him. I hope it's sooner than later.
In Flagler County, Lauren Korn getting results, News 6.
New at 6 now, a local rapper arrested, accused of threatening a mass shooting at the University of Florida. Christopher McCallum posted a song on his Facebook page with a lyric threatening to shoot a rival rapper on UF's campus at a football game. He raps, "Catch you at a Gator game and shoot the whole campus up." Deputies say the 26-year-old also has a history of violence at local concerts. McCallum is being held on a $50,000 bond.
Deputies in Sumter County searching for a man caught on camera burglarizing a truck. Take a look. Back on March 29th, the guy was seen stealing a toolbox from a Ford F-250 work truck. It was parked at a Days Inn in Wildwood. Deputies say the toolbox contained $2,500 in tools. If you know anything that can help deputies, call Crime Line at 800-423-TIPS. The Orange County Sheriff's Office working to get results on an issue News 6 first reported last year. 2
Orlando bars plagued by violence, including deadly shootings, are examples of why he's pushing for change. News 6's Jerry Askin is live at the El Rinconcito bar in Orange County. And Jerry, the Sheriff's Office is working to get results by amending language in the state statute regarding bars and clubs.
Lisa, Matt, yes. Simply put, Sheriff John Mina wants to amend the language here in the state statute, which the county follows, allowing deputies to shut down clubs like the one here following recent crime. You may recall this bar, El Rinconcito Bar, the doors are locked now, shut down over a month or so ago. Deputies said their hands were tied. It wasn't much they could do, even though a man was shot right here in this parking lot more than a month ago. A nearby business caught the sounds of gunshots after a deadly shooting months ago outside the Happy Place sports bar. The same bar deputies say 3 shootings happened in 4 months, and 2 of them were deadly. And just a month ago, a man was shot outside of El Rinconcito Bar.
They should have been shut down a long time ago with all the violence.
But here's the issue. Right now, according to current law, Orange County deputies say there is nothing more they could have done to shut these guys down sooner, at least not based on recent crime. News 6 for months now has been working to get results. I've done countless stories saying that homicides and shootings are not listed in the county's nuisance closure policy, and many residents say that's a big problem.
And I feel that should be number one.
Sheriff John Mina has now proposed amending language now in the state statute to allow deputies to possibly shut down bars and clubs for murders, attempted murder, and or aggravated battery or assault involving a weapon. Orange County Commissioner Emily Bonilla at a commission meeting yesterday said the county should have more authority, not state leaders, and she wants to discuss the issue further.
And so I would like to see if we could put together a work group between the Sheriff's Office and the county to see what our options are and how we can make this better for Orange County so that we can make sure that criminals know that Orange County is not the place for these activities.
And to clarify, property owners here actually kicked these guys out for unpaid rent. So that's what it was. And at yesterday's commission meeting, Orange County Mayor Jerry Deming said as former Orange County Sheriff, Orlando Police Chief, he definitely understands how deputies' hands are tied. We'll let you all know how this all plays out. We're live in Orange County. I'm Jerry Askin, getting results, News 6.
Jerry, thank you.
News 6 and Harbor House teaming up to get results for domestic violence survivors and their pets.
Tonight we are holding a phone bank. It is happening right now. Here's a live look. Many survivors say they were afraid to leave their abuser because they did not want to leave their pets behind. And right now volunteers are taking calls, answering your questions and taking donations. The phone lines are open until 7:30 tonight. You can call the number on your screen, 888-436-6665.
You're watching News 6 at 6, getting results for Viera, Winter Garden, and all of Central Florida. We'll be right back. Getting results for domestic violence survivors and their pets.
That's right. We are hosting a phone bank to raise money for Paws for Peace. The kennel gives survivors a place to make sure their cats and dogs are not left behind. News 6 anchor Ginger Gadsden joins us now from the phone bank in Studio B. So, Ginger, how can people help out and get results?
Yeah, well, first of all, Matt and Lisa, you have to pick up the phone and call. So during this entire live shot, I hope to hear the phones ringing off the hook. The number to call is 888-436-6665. I am joined now by 2 familiar faces. You're used to seeing Ted Maines, and Ted is the chair of the walk, the Paws for Peace walk. And this is the co-chair, Donatella. This is Donatella's 4th year cheering.
Co-chairing.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay. So tell us how important this walk is.
It's an important thing because it's a family-friendly event. It's keeping families together. You know, every dollar raised goes for the kennel at Harbor House. No one should ever be put in a position to leave their pets behind when they have to seek shelter at Harbor House. And, you know, our pets are part of our families. And if you call this number, every penny will go towards keeping the shelter open and taking care of the kids and keeping families together, most important thing.
Yeah, because they are members of the family. And again, that walk is on Easter Sunday. Saturday, Easter Saturday, the Saturday before Easter. Okay, April 20th. Do not forget. I love to hear the phones ringing. Thank you so much for calling. Yeah, please do call. Maybe Donatella will even take one of your calls. So donate. Every penny counts. And if you find yourself in a situation of abuse right now, we also have a counselor in-house who is willing to talk to you. So please call the number 888-436-6665. Matt and Lisa, back to you, and Tom.
It's so important, and we've been saying all afternoon, Harbor House, such a great resource in our community, doing so much good, really getting results for people. And that shelter for pets is amazing, too.
Did you think that dog looked like a kangaroo? When I walked up, I'm like, he's hugging a kangaroo. That's so cute.
I was trying to figure out how its markings were perfectly down the center of its
Donatelle
face.
is beautiful.
Yeah.
She's been hanging out in Studio B. Great little
She's
dog.
gentle.
Yeah, great little ambassador for them.
Weather's been beautiful today as well. Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells.
It has. We just warmed up to our daytime high. Last hour we were talking about it. Hey, we made it to 81. Weird day. Well, in the last hour we picked up enough sunshine that just like that we hit 82. Overnight low this morning was 66, well above the norm. The daytime high is where we are now at 82 degrees. Let's go to radar. Show the folks at home what's happening with rain. Big scattered showers have long since clocked out. They're way out here over the open water. So those are done for. You won't be seeing any more rain, I don't believe. Wind speed and direction kind of all over the place. Got an onshore veer here at 12 miles per hour. At the beach area, Cocoa Beach, a 10-mile-per-hour wind coming in from more of the northeast. Melbourne, almost a southeasterly flow to the wind, coming in at 9 miles per hour, and only a 3-mile-per-hour wind in Orlando. Temperatures, wow, it really warmed up. It's not really 183 in Little Rock. It's really not. That's a misprint. 83 in Nashville, 82 in Pensacola, Atlanta, 82 and 77 in Jacksonville, 78 in Tampa, 82 in Miami. Temperature readings where you live look like this: 82 in Orlando. Down in Brevard County, we're holding in at 78 degrees. In Ocala, we're holding in at 82. So it kind of depends on where you are. All over the place. The onshore flow, though, is making a difference along the coast. You're much cooler there in the 70s as opposed to the 80s inland. Visible satellite image shows you what's going on. Big rotation aloft, pulling the cloud cover this way. So I just don't see us having much more rain. Future radar picks up on those clouds and goes, oh my gosh, it could rain. But the dry air aloft is gobbling all that moisture up, and I just don't believe it's going to rain. Not tonight, not tomorrow either. I think tomorrow's a rain-free day with loads of sun. Friday, same thing. Even a degree warmer on Friday than what will be tomorrow. Your low tonight in Orlando is 64, patchy fog late. Here is tomorrow.
Your forecast brought to you by Del Air Heating and Air Conditioning.
By noon tomorrow, we're back to 80. The daytime high is 89 degrees tomorrow. Here's the week ahead. We'll call the high tomorrow 89. Lots of sunshine. The low tomorrow night is 70. Then on Friday, 90. Saturday, still nice, 89. For Palm Sunday, the daytime high will be 88 with a slight chance of rain. And back to work on Monday, a high of 85.
Tom, thank you.
Well, it's normally one of our area's quietest cities for crime.
Then violent crime suddenly spiked, coming up on News 6 at 7. The police chief discovered pockets of problems and put together a team to get results. Eric Von Anken rides along to show you how their new strategy is paying off. Also, launch crowds are packing parks and other viewing locations for tonight's Falcon Heavy mission. We'll take you live and update you on traffic as the 8 p.m. countdown grows closer.
Sports director Jamie Say is here. It's an exciting time to be a Magic fan again.
You know, like the last 6 years, this day usually represented the closure of like a slog-filled season.
Yes.
True. Cleaning out the lockers. Yeah.
But not today.
Good deal.
Their regular season finale is tonight, but of course there's more basketball to be played for the Orlando Magic. The Magic take on the Charlotte Hornets in the regular season finale. They got the high fives and the hugs in for clinching a playoff spot a couple of days ago. Guys want to win this one tonight, though, because seeding is at stake. You're going to hear from them next.